So, very good afternoon to everyone. And we are thrilled to extend our warm invitation to you for this webinar on leading beyond boundaries, mastering 5 practices of exemplary leadership, featuring our esteemed speaker, Ms. Sandhya Bhide, as a leadership facilitator for corporates and a top LinkedIn voice in coaching and mentoring. So Sandhya brings a wealth of experience and insight to the table. So her passion for enabling teenagers with 21st century leadership skills has earned her recognition as a thought leader in the industry. So in this dynamic webinar, Sandhya will dwell into the essential practice that propel leaders to excel beyond the conventional limits. Drawing from her extensive expertise, she will explore the actionable strategies to empower leaders in navigating challenges, fostering collaboration, and inspiring teams to achieve extraordinary results. So, whether you are a seasoned executive or an emerging leader, this webinar will be invaluable to take away or to elevate your leadership journey. So do not miss this opportunity. Please grab your pen, paper to jot down all the points which she will be mentioning today.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much, Ekta. I think when you requested the audience to grab their pen and paper, pen and notebooks and notepads, I would like to add, please get your thumbs and your screens also, because we have moved beyond that generation of just the pen and paper type. We have already gone into the digital form. So grab your thumbs and your screens as well. So good afternoon, everybody. My name is Sandhya Bhide. I am the country's only certified facilitator in the program called the Leadership Challenge. In this webinar, as Ekta has already said, we will explore the 5 practices of exemplary leadership. And this is outlined in the Leadership Challenge program. So if there are some words which you would like to Google, the first word I would like you to Google is the Leadership Challenge program. And the other 2 words that you can Google is the name of the authors or the people who have developed this program. They are professors of leadership. Their names are Jim Kouzes and Barry Posner. So even if you put Leadership Challenge in Google, their names will pop up. So whether you are, as Ekta said, whether you are in not only different positions, whether you are seasoned, whether you're just starting out, but irrespective of whether you are someone who works in a campus or whether you are in the corporate or whether you are in the community setting, these 5 practices that I'm going to share today, they will empower you to elevate your leadership skills so that you can make extraordinary things happen. Throughout the session, we'll be delving into real life stories. We'll be delving into examples which are around us. This thing is happening around us all the time. And it will illustrate each practice and its impact. So I am saving both, first me, I'm saving myself and you from a boring PPT. So there is no screen sharing and there is no PPT that I'm going to run through. This is just me and you'll have to, we'll have this interactive session. By the end, you will gain insights on how to inspire and motivate others, how to foster collaboration, and how to drive a positive change in any environment. Aren't these the top 3 things that anybody today wants? We want today to inspire people. We want today to motivate others. We want to foster collaboration so that our productivity is more. And finally, we want to drive a positive change in whatever environment we are. So these 3 things is what is your key takeaway. And I want you to hold me accountable, for these deliverables for you during this webinar. So are we ready to take it forward? Can I have some energy in the chat box? Are we ready to take it forward, friends? Thank you. Wonderful, wonderful. I like the energy. Wonderful. Great. So when I talk about the first practice, okay, I told you no boring presentations, right? Let me show you something interesting. Okay, this is the first practice. This is model the way. Out of the 5 practices, this is the foundation. Think of a house. You're building a house. What is the first thing that you will do? You will lay the foundation. Then you will think of the walls. Then you will think of windows and doors in the wall. And finally, you will look at the roof. Correct? पहले foundation, फिर दीवारें, और उसके बाद छत आएगी. तो फाउंडेशन ऑफ लीडरशिप, आपको एक्स्ट्रॉर्डनरी काम करना है. यू वांट टू अचीव समथिंग great in life, you want to keep inspiring people, you want to motivate people, you want to foster collaboration among people, you want to drive a positive change. The first practice is model the way. Model the way simple hai. Walk the talk. Walk the talk. But tell me, friends, if you see me walking Ekta's talk, will you trust me? No, you will not trust me. You will want to see Sandhya walk Sandhya's talk. You will want to see Ekta. You will trust Ekta more when you see Ekta walking Ekta's talk. Correct? Let me give you an example. Early in my career, I worked under one supervisor. Her name was Aditi Banerjee, and we were all a bunch of just freshers in the wide-eyed. We were in the corporate sector, and this Aditi was with us, and she embodied the principle of model the way for me. I still remember. She wasn't just a manager. She wasn't just a boss, but she was a true leader. She led by example for us, and in every aspect of her work. One particular incident I would like to share with you. Our team had, we had to complete, the stakes were very high for that project and tight deadlines. Usually, kaun si badi baat hai aajkal. But despite the pressure, friends, despite the pressure, Aditi remained composed. She remained calm. She remained focused, right? And she tackled her tasks with diligence, with determination. And what truly set her apart, I still remember, what truly set her apart was her willingness to roll up her sleeves and work with us. She was not just standing at the side and, giving orders to us who were her subordinates or who were her team members. But instead of standing by the sidelines, she sat down on our desk. I remember late night, it was very late into the night. We were struggling to meet critical deadlines. And there Aditi was sitting down with us, moving from one desk to the other, offering guidance, giving tips and tricks, hacks on how to do it faster, giving support all the way. She didn't just tell us what needs to be done. She actually showed us through her actions the level of dedication, the level of commitment that is needed to succeed in a project like this. The result of her leadership, not only did we meet the deadline, but we also exceeded expectations. And more importantly, her approach, it left such a lasting impression on all of us. We were inspired by her. We were inspired by her work ethic, her willingness to lead within the trenches. Her example taught me that leadership isn't about giving orders from above. It's all about leading by example, and it has to be every single day. Now, this anecdote for me, it demonstrates how effective leaders like Aditi and perhaps today me, I'm a leader today, right? So today I also model the way for my teams. I embody the values and the behaviors that they expect from me. So when I'm sharing this story, if I could understand from you, how does this story resonate with your own experience? Any leader that you can think of who has inspired you by their actions? Let's have them in the chat box. Do you remember of any leader? Do you remember of any incident? It could be a simple yes, but then do interact on the chat so that I understand that my message is getting through. Have you ever had a leader like this? Have you ever seen a leader like this? Have you been a leader like this? Have you been a leader like this? That's such an important question, my friends. ऐसा अगर लीडर, अगर अदिति कर सकती है तो मैं भी कर सकती हूँ. Right? So if someone else can do it, I can do it. I just need to learn to how to do it. It is possible to be such a leader. How to be such a leader is what we all have to strive towards. We have to, एक क्या कहते हैं उसको, संकल्प बनाना है कि ऐसे लीडर बनना है हमको. We want to be this kind of a leader. And once we make a sankalp, we make a siddhi out of it. Right? So here's the deal. Okay. Setting an example as a leader, it's not about walking the talk. It is walking the walk. Right? So when you model the way, when you lead by example, you're not just telling your team what to do, you're showing them how it is done. Right? So if you want your team to go an extra mile, if you want your team to be willing to work hard, if you want their team to be as invested in the project as you are, invested in the work as you are, lace up your shoes, lead the charge. Actions speak louder than words. You know, I have read this very wonderful line that your actions speak so loud, I can't hear what you're saying. Your actions speak so loud, I can't hear what you're saying. Roll up your sleeves, dive into the trenches along with your team. You're not just earning your respect. You're not earning their, you're not just earning their respect. You're inspiring them. अदिति ने सालों पहले जो किया वो मेरे दिमाग में आज भी है. वो मेरे लिए एक benchmark है. Right? So she has inspired me for such a long time, and I am reaching new heights in my own career because of that one experience. Of course, there have been many other experiences, but I remember that so well. That is magic. That is the magic of leadership. Next time you find yourself in a leadership role, remember this. Set an example and watch the others follow suit. You will be amazed that what you can achieve when you lead from the front. Yes, so do I have a commitment that you will lead from the front? Can we put LFF, lead from front? Can I have LFF on the chat box? Wonderful, Ratish, Hamad, Kashif, Preeti, Abhay, Sukanya, Rahul, Hari, Madhvi. Wow. Wonderful, great. So that was about model the way. Right? That was about model the way. The second practice of exemplary leadership that we are going to dive into is inspire a shared vision. Inspire a shared vision. It is about envisioning. Envisioning is not the challenge, friends. हम कल के सपने आज देखते हैं. It's not a challenge to see the vision. The challenge is to get people invested in our vision so we all can work together and move towards that vision. Right? The example that comes to my mind and the story that I bring you now is that of my favorite leader, Nelson Mandela. Yes, Nelson Mandela, we all know him. 27 years jail mein kaate unhone when he was fighting against injustice. He was fighting against racial segregation. And despite of immense adverse, मतलब 27 साल जेल में रहना और जेल में रहकर भी अपना सपना न खोना, अपनी दृष्टि न खोना, अपना vision न खोना, not allowing to dilute it. For me, that's a great benchmark. He never lost sight of his vision of a united, democratic South Africa. Even from jail, he continued to inspire people, not only his fellow activists, but people all around the world. People all around the world respect Nelson Mandela without, an exception. His commitment to justice, his commitment to equality उन्होंने साउथ अफ्रीका के लिए एक ऐसा विजन बनाया, right? All citizens, regardless of race, they will have equal rights and equal opportunities. The vision that he saw, the dream that he saw, 1990. I remember when we were still in school, high school, and when he was released from prison, it was such a huge national, international news that he has been released from prison 1990s May. When he came back, and he started his journey of turning his vision into reality. Negotiations उन्होंने स्टार्ट किए ट्रांजिशन करने के लिए, साउथ अफ्रीका को मल्टी रेस डेमोक्रेसी में ट्रांजिशन करने के लिए. एंड हिज लीडरशिप इज फॉरगिवनेस है, उसमें उसमें रिकंसिलिएशन है, कंपैशन है. वो सब एक यूनाइटेड नेशन, एक देश के लिए जो चाहिए होता है, वो सब क्वालिटीज, वो सब इंग्रेडिएंट्स उनके विजन में थे. 94 में जब वो the first democratic elections happened in South Africa, and he was elected the first president of the country. Immense challenges, raw है democracy, अभी अभी मिली है, raw democracy, and still he remained steadfast to his commitment. I have a vision, that democratic South Africa. He not only transformed his country, my dear friends, but all over the world, people began to believe in the power of vision, in the power of perseverance, in the power of the human spirit. Human spirit can overcome even the greatest obstacle. ये दुनिया से मनवाया उन्होंने by being a visionary leader that he is. His story, it serves as a powerful example. A clear or inspiring vision. How can a clear and inspiring vision mobilize people to work together? हमारे खुद की freedom movement has got so many examples like this, right? So when you mobilize people to work together, what you need is an ability to envision. आप में वो क्षमता होनी चाहिए, हम सब में वो क्षमता है. आज की तारीख में हम जितने भी इस वेबिनार में हैं, हम सब में वो क्षमता है with which we can envision. Envisioning में प्रॉब्लम नहीं है फ्रेंड्स. The challenge is जो हम नजारा देख रहे हैं, the kind of vision that we are seeing, the kind of goal that we are setting, वो जो गोल पोस्ट है, वो जो शिखर पर पहुंचना है हमको, वो शिखर हम दूसरों को दिखा पा रहे हैं या नहीं? Do we have the ability to show clearly our vision to the others so that they are able to follow us? अगर मैं एज अ इंडिविजुअल, एज अ लीडर, आई एम नॉट क्लियर मैं कहाँ जा रही हूँ, लोग मेरे साथ क्यों जुड़ेंगे? लेकिन अगर मैं अपने बिहेवियर से, अपने बर्ताव से, अपने विजनरी स्वभाव से, इफ आई एम एबल टू शो पीपल दैट हे दिस इज वेयर वी आर गोइंग एंड हे दिस इज वेयर वी कैन बी टुगेदर, दिस ये हमारा कल का सुनहरा है, ये हमारा सुनहरा कल है. ये क्लैरिटी अगर हम ला पाते, द एबिलिटी टू बी क्लियर अबाउट आवर विजन, दैट इज द चैलेंज. अगर हम वो सरमाउंट कर पाते हैं, देन वी आर एबल टू रियली रियली इंस्पायर एंड लीड आवर टीम्स. करेक्ट? तो मैं आपसे पूछती हूँ, हैव यू एवर बीन पार्ट ऑफ अ टीम विद अ शेयर्ड विजन? नो, एक शेयर्ड विजन का हिस्सा क्या आप रह चुके हैं? हैव यू बीन पार्ट ऑफ अ शेयर्ड विजन? एंड आप ये सोचिए कि जब आप ये शेयर्ड विजन, थैंक यू अभय, व्हेन यू आर पार्ट ऑफ दिस शेयर्ड विजन, तो आपके मोटिवेशन पे, आपके इंस्पिरेशन पे क्या असर पड़ा? हाउ डिड इट अफेक्ट योर मोटिवेशन when you found yourself to be part of a shared vision? You may not be driving it. Thank you. You may not be driving it. You may not be the designated leader. You may not be the one wearing the crown. Lekin you were part of a team which had a shared vision. And that was enough. That was enough to, set your motivation skyrocketing. Right? Do we have any anecdotes that you would like to share in the chat box? I'm told that it is possible. Yes, you feel valued for your inputs. Very very true, Amir. Being feel valued, जब आप shared vision का हिस्सा बनते हैं, then you feel valued when your inputs are given, when your inputs are acknowledged. Anymore, you feel, Satej says, you feel inclusive. Yes, क्योंकि my boss, my leader, my team member, my group head is involving me in his or her vision. मुझे इन्वॉल्व फील होता है, मेरे इनपुट्स को वैल्यू दी जा रही है. ट्राई टू टेल एवरीथिंग. यस, ट्रस्ट. देयर राहुल सेड द वर्ड ट्रस्ट. जब हमारे लीडर को हम कब ट्रस्ट करते हैं? फर्स्ट, व्हेन आवर लीडर वॉक्स द टॉक. वो तो नॉन नेगोशिएबल है ना. फाउंडेशन ऑफ द हाउस इज नॉन नेगोशिएबल. करेक्ट. सो मॉडल द वे, वॉकिंग द टॉक, ट्रस्ट वहां आता है. ट्रस्ट विजन में भी आता है. आई ट्रस्ट द विजन ऑफ माई बॉस. आई ट्रस्ट द विजन ऑफ माई टीम लीडर. वाई? बिकॉज दे हैव इंक्लूडेड मी इन द विजन. वो जो शिखर पर जब हम सब साथ में फोटोग्राफ लेते हैं, तो वो फोटो में मैं हूं. वो फोटोग्राफ में मैं हूं, ऐसे थम्स अप करते हुए, सीना चौड़ा करके हुए, मेरे एकदम बड़ी सी स्माइल के साथ, अपने टीम के साथ मैं हूं वहां पर. इफ यू आर एबल टू शो दिस पिक्चर, builds accountability among everyone. Yes, Ratish, absolutely makes the team united. See, we all know this, friends. मैं हमेशा मेरे लीडरशिप क्लासेस हो, वर्कशॉप्स हो, सेमिनार्स हो, वेबिनार्स हो, I always tell people, I always remind them कि you are already leading, just not leading enough. That's all. That's the only thing we need to do. Leadership is so easy. बिना बात का हमने उसका हवा बना के रखा हुआ है कि हाय लीडरशिप. Right? Great. So what is the conclusion of the second part of our story? Second जो हमारा है, which is inspire a shared vision. What is the conclusion? It is like, ये ध्रुव तारा है. It's like the North Star. North Star देख के लोग direction पता करते हैं ना. I mean, there was a time when people used to look at the sky and determine the direction. आसमान देके वो लोग डायरेक्शन पता करते थे. उसको ध्रुव तारा बोलते हैं, नॉर्थ स्टार. सो नॉर्थ स्टार जैसे गाइड करता है, उसी तरह से जब हमारे पास एक विजन है ऑफ अ बेटर टुमारो, व्हेन एवरीवन नोज वेयर दे आर गोइंग, व्हाई इट मैटर्स, देन अमेजिंग थिंग्स कैन हैपन. आप जानते हैं कि आप कहाँ जा रहे हैं, आपकी टीम को पता है कि आप लोग कहाँ जा रहे हो साथ में, और क्यों जा रहे हो, व्हाई इट मैटर्स, वहां क्यों जाना है, उस रास्ते क्यों जाना है. जब ये दोनों कॉम्बिनेशन बैठ जाता है एक जिग्सॉ पजल की तरह, जब वो फिट हो जाता है, देन अमेजिंग थिंग्स हैपन. एंड विजनरी लीडर्स के पास वो एक एक्स्ट्रा, वो जो एक्स फैक्टर बोलते हैं लीडर्स में, वो ये है कि दे हैव द नैक ऑफ ब्रिंगिंग पीपल टुगेदर. उनके डिफरेंसेस हो सकते हैं. आपने रॉकेट सिंह देखी होगी, राइट? रणबीर कपूर की रॉकेट सिंह देखी होगी आपने. Uske, yes, running in the same direction. How many of you have seen Rocket Singh? You remember, how this Rocket Singh is a great example. अलग अलग टाइप के लोग हैं उसके आजू बाजू. There are different people. उन सबके अलग अलग मंसूबे हैं, उनके अलग अलग ड्रीम्स हैं, उनके अलग अलग पर्सनैलिटीज हैं. But he is able to bring them together. Rocket Corporation. Okay, so Amir asks a question. What if we don't have shared vision? Then how we can include the others' differences? Include differences. Okay. So Amir, a very simple thing. If you see that there are a lot of differences in your team and that people are not agreeing with each other, there is a lot of effort and energy getting wasted just to keep people together. अगर सिर्फ इतने में ही आपकी एनर्जी वेस्ट हो रही है या आपकी एनर्जी कंज्यूम हो रही है, लेट्स नॉट यूज नेगेटिव लैंग्वेज, अगर आपकी एनर्जी कंज्यूम हो रही है सिर्फ लोगों को साथ रखने में, देन आपके लिए व्हाट यू शुड डू इज यू शुड वर्क ऑन अ शेयर्ड विजन. डेवलप अ शेयर्ड विजन. इट इज मच बियॉन्ड द विजन स्टेटमेंट. आप सबके कंपनियों में विजन स्टेटमेंट होगा, आई एम श्योर होगा, राइट? बट लीडरशिप में इंस्पायर अ शेयर्ड विजन, जब हम विजन की बात करते हैं, it goes beyond the words in your vision statement. Your vision statement is still giving you a direction, right? Can someone just type their vision statement in the chat box? We'll quickly do an experiment right here, ekdam live, laboratory ke jaise hum yahi pe. Can someone put a vision statement, chotu sa 4-5 words hi ho shayad, but then if you can, it would be great. We can help Amir here. ये collective विजडम का यही मजा आता है. सो अगर आपका खुद का विजन स्टेटमेंट है, देयर इज अ विजन स्टेटमेंट दैट यू हैव, all you have to do is you have to take the efforts. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I'm saying you have to take the efforts to make that vision same for everybody. अगर वो vision बोलता है red rose, everyone should see a red rose. अगर वो vision सिर्फ rose बोलता है, that means everyone is seeing a different colored rose. You can't blame them for seeing a different colored rose because you have not specified. Am I right? Are you getting the logic? तो आपका विजन जो है, फर्स्ट थिंग, अगर आपको चैलेंज आ रही है टीम में, पहला चीज ये करो, आप उनको एक विजन में बांधो. शो देम अ विजन, आस्क देम आपको क्या दिख रहा है. मुझे ये दिख रहा है, आपको क्या दिख रहा है, वेयर व्हाट आर यू सीइंग. वो जो लास्ट में पिक्चर है, टू प्रोवाइड एक्स्ट्राऑर्डिनरी सपोर्ट टू आवर कस्टमर, इज दिस अ विजन सुकन्या? सुकन्या, is this a vision? Is this a vision statement that you have shared with us? So if this is a vision statement, Amir, example आप ले लो. This is a vision statement to provide extraordinary support to our customers. ठीक है? It is well chosen words. What does it, आपके मन की आंखें जो हैं, आपके मन की आंखों में क्या इमेज आ रहा है? गिव एक्स्ट्रॉर्डिनरी सपोर्ट टू कस्टमर्स. मतलब इंडस्ट्री में जो नॉर्मल है, जो ऑर्डिनरी सपोर्ट लेवल है, उससे आगे बढ़ना है हमको. तो हर टीम मेंबर को ये समझाओ, उनको बताओ कि इंडस्ट्री का स्टैंडर्ड क्या है. इंडस्ट्री का स्टैंडर्ड 10 है, अपन को 50 में करना है. तो उनको पहले 10 क्या है वो समझाओ. थैंक यू सो मच सुकन्या फॉर शेयरिंग दैट. उनको 10 का लेवल समझाओ. जब वो 10 का लेवल समझेंगे, देन दे विल अंडरस्टैंड कि यार 10 से 50 कैसे जा सकते हैं. बट इफ यू जस्ट गिव अ नॉर्मल, इफ यू जस्ट थ्रो अ स्टेटमेंट, इट विल, हाँ हाँ, नाइस स्टेटमेंट, नाइस इंग्लिश, गुड, ऐसे करके सब घर चले जाएंगे. यू वॉन्ट पीपल टू वर्क विथ यू, क्रिएट अ शेयर्ड विजन, गो बियॉन्ड. एक्सप्लेन करो उनको एक्स्ट्रॉर्डिनरी का क्या मतलब हुआ. हमारे कस्टमर्स हमसे नॉर्मल सर्विसेज का क्या इच्छा रखते हैं, क्या अपेक्षा है हमसे, हमारी इंडस्ट्री से क्या अपेक्षा है, और उस अपेक्षा को हम, हाउ विल वी बीट दैट. So Arindam also says, acquire 50% of global market share in AI services. Great. Then keep talking to your team, Arindam, about what is your share today. Is it 10%? Is it 25%? Is it 49%? Keep sharing that detail. सिर्फ blindly ऐसे बोल के मत चले जाओ. That is where leaders come in. जहां सबकी स्टोरी खत्म, वहां लीडर की स्टोरी शुरू. याद रखना ये बात. Where everybody's story ends, the leader's story starts. So you may have been provided with a vision statement. So that story has stopped there. That's a milestone, that you have been given a vision statement. Now, as a relay race, you have to pick up that vision statement and run further. To acquire 50% global market share, आज क्या है? What are the parameters of this global market share? What are the work ethics to reach there? What are different companies trying to do? Industry में क्या हो रहा है? दूसरी industries में क्या हो रहा है? What are the innovations that can be brought here? That is vision. जब हम, and not just thinking, my friends, very important point, very 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 important point. जो भी कर रहे हो, distract अगर हो गए हो, रुक जाओ. Very important point. Thinking is good. Thinking and taking action is best. Better bhi nahi. Thinking is good. Thinking about the future, reading up, attending seminars, listening to webinars, listening to experts, all that is wonderful. You're feeding your mind. Great. But ये good से अगर हमको टीम को great की तरफ, best की तरफ ले जाना है, then you have to back your thoughts, your thinking capability, with the capability to take action. What action can we take to acquire 50% of global market share in AI services? Ask every Monday. आपका weekly meetings होता है तो पूछो. And don't make it a very stressful thing. मजाक मजाक में भी पूछ लिया करो. What do you think? कैसे करेंगे, कैसे करेंगे, बात करते रहो. आदत डालो. Get them into the habit of envisioning. Right? I always knew that envisioning is a very exciting, practice. But let's move on. Do I have your permission to move on to the next practice, please? Okay. Is only regular engagement enough, or it should also accompany some incentivization for the team? Kashif, excellent question. Incentive need not be only monetary. Incentive can also be where perhaps flexible time, flexi hours. It could also mean a lot of opportunities. Just say someone said that, my ideas are valued. मेरी suggestions को सुना जाता है, right? So what will fit for your team? You have to think. क्योंकि you know your environment. You are in the eye of the storm. आपकी एनवायरमेंट जो है, आपका टीम जो है, द टीम दैट यू हैव विथ यू, दैट इज गोइंग टू योर अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ योर टीम. जितना डीपली आप अपने टीम को जानते हो, योर डेप्थ of understanding your team will give you the solution. So regular engagement is definitely needed. I'm not saying it's enough. Regular engagement plus क्या कर सकते हैं, ये आपको सोचना पड़ेगा. You will have to bring out that. And incentives, as I said, need not be only monetary. It could be a lot of other things as well. Right? Right. Thank you. Can we move on to the next section? Can we move on to the third practice, friends? All right. All right. Thank you. Thank you for that. So the third practice, और ये तो challenge the process. This is the third practice. And challenge the process is like, the battlefield of leadership. Leaders क्यों चाहिए? बदलाव लाने के लिए, change लाने के लिए. But does change come alone? Change comes with challenges, right? And when you overcome those challenges, when you pull out an opportunity out of those challenges, that's how you elevate your own leadership. Challenge the process is very simple. It is to have the courage. Have the courage to take initiative and have the courage to learn from failures. अगर ये दो combination आप कर सकते हैं, if you can make this combination a habit, so that people around you will see you as someone who consistently is demonstrating leadership. You are having the courage to take initiative and you're having the courage to learn from failures. Let me give you a beautiful example. We have all heard about Kiran Mazumdar-Shaw. Kiran Mazumdar-Shaw from Biocon. Yes, founder and chairperson hai Biocon Limited, India's largest biotechnology companies. When she stepped in, it was a largely male-dominated industry, right? Women were often overlooked. But she broke barriers, she defied expectations, and biotechnology के field में उन्होंने question किया, why not? Why this? Why not this? Regularly questioning the status, questioning the process, out of curiosity, right? Questioning not in terms of, to create a ruffle or to create sensationalization. No, not that, not that. अब status quo को जब आप challenge करते हो, that is where you come up with innovation. सबसे बड़ा risk, I think, जो किरण ने लिया, and जितना भी मैंने उनके बारे में, how much ever I have read about her, on her, about her, is when Biocon का focus उन्होंने industry enzyme से shift करके pharmaceutical पे किया. And it benefited not only the country, but so many countries in the world got benefited because of that pivoting. हम तो इंडस्ट्री एंजाइम्स कर रहे हैं, दिस इज हाउ इट इज बीइंग डन, दिस इज हाउ इट विल कंटिन्यू टू हैपन, करते रहते थे, तो आज शायद बायोकॉन वो बायोकॉन नहीं होता जो हम जानते हैं. But she said, okay, we have been doing this, it's good that we did this, but this is better. Push करो, दिशा बदलो, courage to take the initiative to break what is already going on, and the courage to learn from failures. कितनी बार गिरी होंगी वो, कितनी बार उनके आइडियाज बायोफार्मास्यूटिकल्स में चेंज करना है, कितनी बार उनके आइडियाज शायद डिरेल भी हो गए होंगे, राइट? बट her willingness to challenge the status quo, embrace innovation, all these are the ingredients that make her what she is today. And this is just one example. If I have to ask you, दैट ऐसा कभी आप चैलेंजिंग मतलब स्टेटस को जब चैलेंज करना होता है आपके एनवायरनमेंट में कुछ चल रहा है, समथिंग इज हैपनिंग नॉर्मल, बहुत सालों से चल रहा है, हो रहा है, उसको चैलेंज करने में आप कितना अनकंफर्टेबल फील करते हो? हाउ अनकंफर्टेबल डू यू बिकम while challenging the status? Think and let me know. जब किसी चीज को चैलेंज करना होता है आपके इंडस्ट्री में, आपके ऑफिस में, हाउ कंफर्टेबल आर यू इन चैलेंजिंग द प्रोसेस? ये आपके खुद का लिटमस टेस्ट है, राइट? हाउ कंफर्टेबल आर यू डूइंग दैट, एंड हाउ ऑफन डू यू ब्रेक योर ओन लिमिटेशन? नहीं यार, ये ऐसे नहीं होना चाहिए, अगर हम ये चेंज करें तो, if you are able to bring this, maybe the customer will feel a little more involved in the process if we do this. And then you go and talk to one colleague, then you go and talk to three colleagues, you then go to talk to five colleagues, then all of you go and talk to the manager, then all of you go and talk to the department head. हुआ है ये आपके साथ? Has this ever happened? Not much comfortable because management mostly rejects. Okay, it's not easy because there is always the fear of adverse impact many times. Yes, I really feel you, my dear friends. I really feel you because I have been there. I have before I got into leadership coaching, I have been a marketing and customer service professional in corporates, and I completely relate to what you're saying. Tried but not worked. Yes. Even there have been, I mean, if I have tried 100 times, perhaps it worked 2 or 3 times. Right? Unless I discovered that challenge the process, jo bola ja raha hai, challenge the process has got 6 scientific ways to make it work. 40 साल से रिसर्च चल रही है. Jim Kouzes and Barry Posner, getting afraid first and then try to learn and do without being afraid. That positive will, everything will be perfect. How nice, Abhay. Thank you. Thank you for saying this. For the team, at first, it would be strict and rude or anything if a leader tries to change. But through it wasn't perfect, though, as you said, if we come up with a shared yes, there you said it. Don't look at challenge and your ability to meet challenge in isolation, my dear friends. You have trust. Model the way है ना, वो ट्रस्ट है आपके पास विजन भी है, शेयर्ड विजन भी है. तो चैलेंज को आप अकेले नहीं देख रहे हो. यू आर नॉट वॉचिंग इट इन आइसोलेशन, यू आर वॉचिंग इट थ्रू द लेंस ऑफ शेयर्ड वैल्यूज एंड द लेंस ऑफ शेयर्ड विजन. ये दो ताकत है ऑलरेडी आपके साथ. एंड व्हेन यू यूज दीज टू and make the challenge stand on these two, that is where the magic starts to happen. It takes immense courage. I mean, I can't even think. मेरे को सोच के ही थकान होती है. It takes immense courage to challenge. But when we are able to do it, imagine how much we are able to motivate our teams below us, if we are able to demonstrate that courage. And there are people around us who have done that. ऐसा नहीं है कि लोग नहीं करते हैं, लोग करते हैं, लेकिन लोग थक जाते हैं, राइट? लोग शायद जल्दी हार मान जाते हैं, which is absolutely normal, natural and fine. But when we have people like Kiran Shaw, we have people like, हमारे पास के examples ले लीजिए. There are people who have undergone so many struggles within your environment. आपके friend circle, आपका family circle, आपका office circle, आपका college का friend circle, school का friend circle, a teacher that you knew, probably she was fighting cancer and still she would come to school every day. Probably there was some, music teacher. उनको बहुत तकलीफें थी, but then he still continued with his passion. He still challenged the process. We all do that. We are all leading. We are not leading enough. Challenge the process like every other. All the 5 practices, they have 6 scientific behaviors each, right? And that's what I specialize in. where these 6 behaviors actually help us for each, even for generating trust. मॉडल द वे में मैंने कहा ट्रस्ट बिल्ड करना है. अगर मैं ट्रस्टवर्दी नहीं हूं तो लोग मुझे फॉलो नहीं करेंगे. सिंपल बात है. अगर लोग क्लियर नहीं है कि मैं कहाँ जा रही हूं, मैं उन्हें कहाँ ले जा रही हूं, वो मेरे साथ नहीं आएंगे. विजन चाहिए. जब हम विजन पर काम करते हैं, चैलेंजेस पे काम करते हैं, चेंज पे काम करते हैं, हमको वो करेज दिखाना है, वो हिम्मत दिखानी पड़ती है कि आगे चलते हैं, हम देखते हैं क्या होता है. We will see what will happen. We will learn from our mistake. We will learn from our success. जब वो एटीट्यूड हम डेवलप करते हैं, वो एटीट्यूड हम जब डेमोन्स्ट्रेट करते हैं, तब जाकर हम लीडरशिप कमा पाते हैं. इट्स अ कमाई. इट्स नॉट अ प्रिविलेज. लीडरशिप कमानी पड़ती है. यस, ग्रेट. जब ऑब्स्टिकल्स हम फेस करते हैं नेक्स्ट टाइम, so what are we concluding in this part of the in this section? See, when we embrace change, when we embrace that courage, when we embrace the courage to change, when we embrace the courage to ask that, what can we learn if something goes wrong, we are opening ourselves to a world of possibilities. वरना हम यही सोच के रहते हैं, हाँ ये किया तो यही होगा. लेकिन ये करने में अगर थोड़ा फेरबदल किया तो क्या होगा? इट्स अ पॉसिबिलिटी दैट वी आर ओपनिंग अप, राइट? मैं हमेशा सोचती हूँ, जब पहली बार कितने हजारों साल पहले पता नहीं, पहली बार जब किसी ने चाय बनाते वक्त अदरक डाल दी चाय में, शायद अदरक गिर गई थी, शायद वो गलती हो गई थी, राइट? वो गलती से अदरक गिर गई थी चाय में, बट देन द आउटकम वाज वाओ, अमेजिंग. शायद ऐसा हुआ होगा, हु नोज. So whenever you look at a cup of adrak wali chai, I hope you remember this. Ki someone challenged the process, maybe by accident, right? So another eatable that comes to my mind. How many of us are here from Mangalore, or who knows anybody from Mangalore side? Mangalore, say if anybody is there, you would know the famous Mangalore ka gadbad ice cream. Anybody? Gadbad ice cream, agar kisi ko याद पड़ता है, या you have a couple of friends. Okay, ask them the story of the gadbad ice cream. Right? Gadbad ice cream was, the kitchen was actually serving normal ice creams, right? But the server, the person, gadbad mein, in wo hadbadi mein, in that rush of serving customers, by mistake mixed some flavors of the ice cream. अब उसको ऐसे ही प्रेजेंट करेगा तो it would become, बॉस चिल्लाएगा, कस्टमर भी चिल्लाएगा. क्विक थिंकिंग, उसने चैलेंज द प्रोसेस. क्या किया? ही एडेड सम ड्राई फ्रूट्स, ही पुट सम टूटी फ्रूटी ओवर इट, थोड़ा सा चॉकलेट सॉस ऊपर से डाल दिया, बोला मैंने ये नई रेसिपी बनाई, इट्स कॉल्ड द गड़बड़ आइसक्रीम. छोटा एग्जाम्पल है, बट देन लुक एट द इम्पैक्ट. टुडे इट इज लाइक सच अ फेमस थिंग फ्रॉम इवन अमूल हैज स्टार्टेड गड़बड़. मैंने उस दिन देखा मॉल में, यहाँ पे आई सॉ दैट देयर इज अ गड़बड़ आइसक्रीम फ्लेवर व्हिच अमूल हैज इंट्रोड्यूस्ड. इनोवेशन वहां से शुरू होता है. इनोवेशन आसमान से नहीं टपकता. It doesn't fall from the sky. Innovation starts at the ground level. Great. Shall we move on? Shall we move on? We have 2 more practices to cover. Shall we move on, friends? Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much. Enable others to act. This is the 4th practice. हम trust build करते हैं, हम vision, हमारी कैपेसिटी, हमारी क्षमता, our capability to take people with us on a journey, we build that. We build a growth mindset. We develop the courage to take initiative. We develop the courage. For whom are we doing this? To be able to work with people, right? उनका collaboration और उनका determination increase करना है हमको. Microsoft में एक it was very क्या कहते हैं, before Satya Nadella joined 2014, I think that's when he joined, he became the CEO of Microsoft. उनके ज्वाइन करने से पहले it was always a top down management style, ठीक है. एंड इनोवेशन की तरफ अप्रोच भी एकदम एकदम ऐसे ऑस्ट्रिच के जैसे था, इतना ही, यही दिख रहा है, नथिंग मोर देन दैट. बट ही अंडरस्टूड, नडेला अंडरस्टूड, ही रिकॉग्नाइज दैट अगर रेलेवेंट रहना है, क्योंकि कंपटीशन तो इतना बढ़ रहा है, देयर इज सो मच ऑफ डायनामिक एंड कॉम्पिटिटिव, टेक स्पेस इज सो डायनामिक, इट्स सो कॉम्पिटिटिव. How can we, leverage? What is it that we should leverage? Nadella chose to foster a culture of empowerment. उन्होंने कहा, know it all, know it all को replace करो, learn it all करो. Change the direction for people and make them more determined. उनकी competency बढ़ाओ by telling that, hey, you do a good job every single time. ये it's not about puffing their egos. It is not that, right? जब जब know it all से लोगों ने दिशा बदली and they made it a learn it all culture, and he started recognizing it. अच्छा, हमने decide किया था that we will be a learn it all culture, and you are showing it, you are demonstrating it. Very good, thank you very much. Oh, looking at you, your team has also started doing it. Wonderful. अरे तुम्हारी टीम की देखा देखी वो दूसरे ब्रांच की टीम ने भी ये काम शुरू कर दिया है. Amazing thing that you're doing, right? So when you start recognizing people, when you focus on the good that they are doing, it increases their determination. एक बात बताइए आप मुझे, any time in your career, where yes, appreciation is very necessary. I agree. I so agree with you, Ahmed. Remember a time when you were appreciated. शायद expect नहीं किया होगा आपने, but you were appreciated for something. How did it make you feel? I mean, it made you feel valued. That's a no-brainer, right? But in the heart of your hearts, did you not find saying to yourself, I'll do better next time. I will give a better output. I will improve my standard of output. Matlab, when someone appreciates you, the effect it has on you is it increases your self-determination. It increases your competency. Why? Because you want to become better and better and better and better. Right? So if you find some of your team members who are doing exceptional job without them expecting, without you being expected to appreciate them, to foster that relationship, go ahead and do it. Been there, done that. Great, Ratish. Yes, you need to, just as someone made you feel good, someone made your day with that just one word of appreciation, that one, you feel that, hey, I'm not invisible. I am not invisible. People are seeing my work. There is somebody who's able to see my work. There's somebody who's able to appreciate my work. That fuels the person, that fuels the individual with determination, competency, positivity. This is what we want, right? It is all within us only. हम क्यों बाहर ढूंढते हैं वो चीज? Why are we looking for it outside? One Microsoft. That was what Satya came up with. He said it is one Microsoft strategy. हम सब एक तरह, it broke down organizational silos. It promoted cross-functional collaboration. People and corporates now are, they are waking up to this cross-functional collaboration hona. And you know where Microsoft is today. So my question, any particular strategy that, empowering strategy that you have utilized and been successful at it, that you would like to quickly put down? How do you, in your own role, whether or not you are a designated leader, even if you have one person working with you, आपके साथ अगर एक team member भी है, that means there is an opportunity for you to demonstrate leadership. So how are you doing it? कैसे हो रहा है वो? How is it happening for you? Any insights that you would like to share? How do you empower others? Allow juniors to make presentations, right, Arindam? But it's delegation. Delegation is a great way to encourage people. But delegation has to be done the right way. ऐसा नहीं है कि जो काम संध्या को पसंद नहीं है वो संध्या दूसरों पर डेलीगेट कर देती है. Give them small targets. Listen, wonderful. Satej says, listen. 2 years, such a beautiful natural engineering. 2 years and one mouth. It has got a purpose. But what do we do? What do we do? I'll tell you what we do. We listen half. We understand quarter. We speak double. होता है ना प्रॉब्लम, इसीलिए प्रॉब्लम हो रही है. The whole world has a problem because of this. How many of you agree? Give me a response. Chat me, response kar do. This is my favorite joke. We listen half, we understand a quarter, and we speak double. Right? So yes, Sukanya has said something. Sukanya says celebrating new achievements every month. Yes. Most people listen to react, not to. I so agree with you. I so agree with you, Karan. My team members are seniors. I don't directly lead them. The kind of attitude that I bring to the table always inspires me. You said it, Ratish. You do not need a title to lead. That's the whole point. Who's stopping you from behaving your best? When you behave your best, you're leading others. What do we say? I'm leading my life. बोलते हैं ना हम. I am living my life. कम बोलते हैं. But what do we say? What do we read? He led his life with courage. She led her life with integrity. We lead our lives, which means we are bringing the best of ourselves where we are. Respect, Satej, yes. Amazing. So if you are in a position, agar rose, every day, if you are able to encourage one person, make it part of your daily routine. क्या बना सकते हैं? Can you make it a part of your routine that every single day I will encourage 1 or 2 members? I'll give them my attention. I will listen to what they have to say. I will celebrate them. If you do it one person at a time also, consistently, not like a gym membership. कि जनवरी में लिया, फरवरी एंड होने तक भूल गए और फिर जून में बैठ के रो रहे कि अभी तो कुछ हुआ नहीं है. अगस्त में यू आर लाइक हाँ एंड देन दिसंबर में हे gyms don't work. You didn't work, my dear friend. The gym did its job. It's you who didn't do your job. Great. Shall we move ahead to the last practice? My favorite practice. मेरी favorite है इसीलिए कम time लेती हूँ मैं उसके लिए because it's a very favorite and a very direct practice. Shall we go to the last practice, friends? Yes. Okay. So I have a go ahead, and so here I am. January 2024. The global CEO of Starbucks, Lakshman Narasimhan, he visited India. And he was on a tour of the various Starbucks outlets across the country. During one of his visits to one of the outlets, he saw one particular barista really go beyond his duty, beyond his role for customer delight. Experience. Starbucks believes in giving an experience. We are all, we have all experienced Starbucks. We prefer, it's the most preferred destination for us because they work on that. So customer experience is a shared value for Starbucks. Customer experience is a shared vision for Starbucks. As any other business, they have their daily challenges. As any other leader would, there are many leaders within the company, within the organization that foster collaboration. They look after their people and all of that happens. When Narasimhan saw this, barista doing it. He not only went and spoke with the barista personally, congratulating him personally, but he made it a point that this incident of where he actually saw the barista go beyond his call of duty to live the shared value and shared vision of the company, he actually spoke about it during his next meeting. So every meeting he comes with a story of someone else's great work, which positions him as a person who has an ability to encourage. You need people today, the world, we need people who come to us, who sit beside us, who put a hand on our shoulder and say, hey, you look tired. Why don't you rest? Don't give up on your dreams. Don't say I'm done yet. Don't hang your boots. Take rest if you want. Don't give up on your dreams. It's okay to rest. How many of us crave for such an experience with others? How many of us do that? How many of us want this kind of an experience? We want to receive such an experience. We want somebody to just come and sit beside us, be empathetic to what we are doing, and actually tell us, it's okay. Thoda saas le lo. We'll do it. We'll do it together. You will reach there. Thoda delay hoga, it's okay. But it's fine. How many of us want this? How many of us want this encouragement in our lives? I mean, we are thorough professionals, and I don't mean that we have to be completely always dependent and looking for motivation outside or looking for encouragement outside. There is a thermostat. अंदर भी एक thermostat जैसा है हमारा self motivation. Then who doesn't like being encouraged externally? Right? Jim Cousins, Barry Posner, when they came up with the research, they found that encourage the heart. The last practice, encourage the heart, is most easiest. उसके लिए हार्वर्ड में जाके एमबीए करने की जरूरत नहीं है. Easiest to encourage the heart, but the least practiced. क्यों? Because people have conditioned themselves. Hey, तुम ज्यादा soft रहोगे तो people will walk over you. If you show your sensitive side, you will be taken advantage of. You won't be respected. But again, don't look at encourage the heart in isolation, my dear friends. Just as I urged you, don't look at challenges in isolation. You already have trust. You already have the ability to envision. And you also have the ability to challenge the process. You have the ability to enable others to act. जब आपके साथ ये चार है, तो पांचवा लेकर करने में there will be no problem for you. It would be a cakewalk. Rather, you will be able to strategically leverage on your ability to be a source of encouragement. Very, very strategically, जो आपकी weakness मानी जाती थी, उसको आप अपना strength बना सकते हैं. Think about it. People need individuals who are a source of encouragement. Motivation चाहिए, इंस्पिरेशन चाहिए, कर दिखाने का जज्बा चाहिए, बट ये सब हाई एनर्जी है. It is bound to take a lot out of you. There will be times when you will be needed to slow down and center yourself. Tab are you there for your team? पीक्स पे आप पुश करते हो अपनी टीम को. जब आपकी टीम वैलीज में रहती है, पीक्स एंड वैलीज, जब आपकी टीम वैलीज में रहती है, डू दे एक्चुअली enjoy your ability to encourage? Do they have access to your ability? आपकी personality है, people have access to various parts of your personality, right? Do they have access to that part of your personality, that softness that you can provide? I was watching Article 370 recently with my son. And when Chauhan is murdered, when Chauhan gets blown up in the Pulwama incident, and Zuni is shaken, right? Cabinet Secretary Rajeshwari, she asks her, she gives her the order, everything, and she asks, how are you holding yourself? Right? Even that one questioning is enough to show that she's there to encourage. Are you getting my point? It's not difficult. It's just that we don't take the decision to act like that. वही thinking और taking action में जो फर्क है ना, वही gap है हमारे में between what we are today and what kind of a leader we can be. That is the only gap. जितना gap आपके सोचने और करने में है, उतना ही gap है आपके आज के leadership quality और effectiveness में और कल के leadership quality effectiveness में, जहाँ पे आप रह सकते हो. Whether you are a good leader or a bad leader, it's a very immature discussion. वो छोड़ो कल की बातें, कल की बात पुरानी हो गई. ये नया दौर है. नया दौर is talking about how can I get better as a leader? I'm already a leader. How can I get better? How can I make my people better leaders? How can I create more leaders? How can I become more trustworthy? How can I teach my team to be more trustworthy? How can I mentor and coach my team so that they are able to produce better results, innovative results? 5 practices put together. So one small question I wanted to ask you. Since I started speaking about an hour ago, how many of you felt that I'm using jargons? Did you find me using jargons? Thanks, Soumya. Okay, Ratish, Arindam. Okay, not much, Ratish. Yeah, I know. थोड़ा तो I'll have to flaunt ना. ये तो फिर corporate लगेगा कैसे? Balanced. Yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you. That was the word perhaps I was looking for. So the whole idea is these 5 practices in which I have been able to really, come up. The beauty of this framework is the simplicity, no jargons, and there is universality. It permeates everything. सब जगह पे फैल सकता है, कहीं भी embrace हो सकता है. टीम छोटी हो, बड़ी हो, national हो, डोमेस्टिक लेवल पे काम कर रही है, इंटरनेशनल लेवल पे काम कर रही है, रिमोट काम कर रही है, वर्चुअल काम कर रही है, एक वर्क प्लेस में 5 जनरेशंस काम कर रहे हैं साथ में. अगर ये बिहेवियर्स लोग सीख सकते हैं और इस पर काम कर सकते हैं, कौन से बिहेवियर्स? लीड बाय एग्जांपल. If people can lead by example, irrespective of generation, won't it work? If people are able to inspire, people are able to paint a compelling picture, everybody can rally behind that picture. वो group photo में मैं भी हूँ. That kind of a feeling. Does it depend on any generation or education for you to give that feeling to others? No. If you're able to embrace change, if you're able to encourage innovation, not be afraid of asking questions, not afraid of challenging the status quo, explore new ways of doing things. It's not dependent on education, generation. It's not even dependent on your geography. Empowering your team members to take initiative, even that is not dependent on anything else. Provide them with support. Easily possible for you. Recognize, celebrate them, celebrate the achievement of others, make a hero out of others. That's what leaders, encouraging leaders do. Show the gratitude, show appreciation for their contribution. These are all universal. They're all simple. Whether you are, आप एक college campus में काम करते हैं, आप एक corporate boardroom में हो, you're serving your community. These practices can be applied to any situation because we are leading with integrity. Which industry does not want leaders or does not want individuals to lead with integrity? Or which industry does not want someone who is leading with integrity, inspiring others, embracing change, empowering individuals, showing appreciation? You can create a positive, impactful environment wherever you go if you have a grip over these 5 practices. Go forth, lead with purpose, and Go forth, lead with a purpose, and know that yes, I have the tools. I'm done, Ekta. Thank you so much. I am done. Any questions? So ये मेरे 7 years of practicing the leadership challenge and 7 years of learning the leadership challenge and 5 years of active practice has made me this fluent.
So thank you, Sandhya, for sharing us your insights. And we will soon open with the Q&A section. So if you have any question, you can put it in a chat box or under the Q&A part. Or if you want to speak to Sandhya directly, you can just raise your hand so that we can move to the panel and you can chat with Sandhya as well. So here I am just launching a feedback poll wherein your feedback will be really helpful to curate such sessions further. So please participate in this poll and let us get like what exactly you gained from this particular session. So meanwhile, if you have any questions, so feedback poll is live on your screen. And if you have any question, you can just raise them here. Thank you so much, Soumya, for your feedback. Anybody wants to chat with Sandhya can raise your hand.
So I can go back and tell my son. So my son says, Amma's Bindi is a recording button. So he says, I want to know everything that you do when you go out.
Yeah.
So I can tell him that, yes, your mom did a good job today.
So since there are no questions, we are still live for another 5 minutes. So if you have any questions, you can raise them here.
Thank you. Thank you, Abhay. Thank you, Nitish. Thank you, everybody.
You can also drop your suggestion in the feedback section as well if you want to have few more sessions related to the leadership. We can surely take this ahead in our upcoming sessions.
Preeti and Akash, thank you. Gaganpreet, Rijlalji, thank you. Agnes, thank you. And Ekta, thank you so much. It was a wonderful opportunity. And I challenged myself. I said, no PPT this time. I was myself so bored of PPTs. I said, nahi, PPT nahi karu. So it gave me a great opportunity to be impromptu also. And I think I can report back to my mentor that, ladki theek kar rahi hai.
So even I want to extend my sincere gratitude for your interest and participation in this particular webinar and for giving us such a wonderful insight. So this session has enriched our leadership journey and empowered all of us to dive meaningfully change within our organization and beyond.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Ekta.
And thank you
Ekta,
everyone for participating.
Yeah, do I have the permission to leave behind my number in the chat box?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, because I think Ratish wanted to reach out. I am on LinkedIn. So I'm the coaching and mentoring LinkedIn voice. And this is my number. Thanks, Amir. Yes, Preeti, taking our call or not PPT. So I challenged the process today. See?
So there are no more questions or there are no more further queries. So we can end this session for today. And please do join for our upcoming sessions, which we have already shared via calendar. So you can just register yourself for the upcoming session on vision board. So that is another interesting topic that we are coming up next week. So please join for that session as well.
Sure. Great. Apnaz is there. I have had the privilege of coaching Apnaz's daughters. So Apnaz is here. Thank you, Apnaz, for coming in. I couldn't let this opportunity go without acknowledging her presence. So thank you, Apnaz.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ekta. Thank you once again.
Yeah. Thank you, Sandhya.